11-piece improvising ensemble that uses hand signals to negotiate improvised pieces of music, and we allow the audience to learn those hand signals by watching them and then control our performances by using those same hand signals. And the rhythmic basis for a lot of Manatee songs come from Ghanaian timelines, Ghanaian rhythmic patterns. And the ensemble also is constructed mostly of instruments that you would find in an afro-beat ensemble, a West African afro-beat ensemble, and a lot of the horn lines and the rhythmic structure is inspired by afro-beat music. A lot of the structure of the melodies, sort of small parts adding up to this big part, is an idea I got from West Africa. And the fact that these rhythmic patterns are sort of the anchors for the entire piece is a big part of what Manatee does, because Manatee has rhythmic patterns that change and develop, but they are the basis for a lot of the improvising that goes on. And another thing is that in Ghana, there doesn't seem to be the same distinction between musician and non-musician as there is here. So the audience participation in Manatee with the hand signals and allowing the audience to control the sound space is somewhat inspired by that idea too, that it doesn't have to just be the musicians and the listeners, it can be the people making music together and controlling the music together. So I have a feeling, and I'm excited to see if this is true, but I have a feeling that the audience participation aspect of Manatee will be well received in Ghana. But I mean, there's only one way to find out, so we have to go there to see, and we have to have Ghanaian musicians partake in the music making, and I want to see what a Ghanaian audience would do when they see those sorts of things happening with their traditional rhythms and ideas being used in a different sort of package. So I've just been inspired by so many amazing musicians in West Africa. I was going to study with Ebo Taylor. He's this world-famous afro-beat highlife guitarist from Ghana who I got to meet at the end of my stay. And just talking to him about music really pushed me to try and incorporate a lot of the ideas that he uses in my own music because they're so inspiring. I just thought it was so awesome to be able to learn so much about Ghanaian music and have dialogue with Ghanaian musicians and figure out their development and learn more about it. And then when I came back, I started to, well, it was pretty obvious that so many of Ebo's ideas and Fela Kuti's ideas and highlife palm wine music from Ghana were so much a part of my playing, but because I wasn't in Ghana anymore and I only have constant contact with a few of my friends in Ghana, I thought, I mean, I need to go back and I need to keep that dialogue going so that I can use my experience learning from people like Ebo and from Kofi and from everyone else who I've worked with.
Daniel and I co-produced an album a couple of years ago for J&E Streetwise organization here in Ghana, which is an amazing organization that does a lot of things such as being a fundraiser for kids going to school. It's a fundraiser for kids who are into sports. It's an orphanage, a community center, and a music school. The first project Daniel and I, did together was produce the J&E album, which in essence was, a project of love in the sense that, we had no budget whatsoever and we literally recorded the entire album from a studio in a backpack. So we're talking about 2 very cheap microphones, a very basic sound card, and we had lots of fun. We like to think that what we produced, in spite of the challenges we faced recording the most extreme locations and under very bizarre circumstances sometimes, we had lots of fun and we are pretty proud of what we made, and I think you guys can check it out sometime. J&E Streetwise Foundation on Bandcamp. We are really excited about the possibility of a new project where we have more resources and also a clear vision of what we want to do beforehand. This time around we have a project which is inspired by the music of Ghana, of course, and we've both had a good few years to develop ideas, creative, expressive possibilities. We can't wait to share some of these things with you guys. I currently have a professional studio and also have access to amazing musicians and session players that I've developed a relationship with over the years and done like a number of projects with as well. And they are all excited to be part of this project.
So the Kickstarter project is basically trying to take Manatee, a group that I started a couple years ago that takes a lot of ideas from Ghanaian music that I learned at University of Ghana, and take those ideas back to Ghana and work with Ghanaian musicians with the same concepts and the same basic principles of Manatee. I'm going to be the only member that is part of Manatee in Canada to go for obvious financial reasons, but the ideas will stay the same, and I'm really excited to see what people in Ghana think about it. So when we started talking about this project and got really excited, we also realized that we would need a lot of money to do this. As you can imagine, probably going to Ghana and having a bunch of professional musicians work on a project is fairly expensive. I mean, there are plane tickets involved, plus there's expenses to hire professional musicians, and these things pile up, so we sort of realized we need some help. So any support that we'd get would help this project happen, and we think that whatever comes out of it will be amazing. Some of the prizes will include Ghanaian art, Ghanaian instruments, unseen Manatee video footage and unheard recordings. We're going to have video updates inside, sort of track video updates from the studio as the project's going. You'll get access to interviews from musicians in Ghana about the project, what they think about it. You'll also have a look-in at a short documentary about Manatee before it's released, which is coming out soon. And we're also offering a Skype chat with me and Kofi from Ghana, where you can ask us anything you want, whether it's about the project, whether it's just about music, whether it's about if you want an update on how we're doing, whatever you want. We'll talk to you about music and what we're up to. Also, if you support, you're more or less buying the album. If you support us, we're one of the prizes for supporting is that you'll have a digital download of the album when it's finished, and you'll be able to have access to that music. You'll also have access to video footage of us creating the album as we do it.